The way we see the world greatly influences how our lives unfold. Our assumptions greatly shape our reality and the results we achieve, whether they are positive or negative. Discover the incredible potential of harnessing the power of assumptions in Assumption Power. What you assume to be true in your life. In this book, we explore different aspects of assumptions and how they impact our personal and professional lives. We explore the impact of disabling assumptions and the power of embracing positive assumptions to unlock boundless opportunities. We also emphasize the significance of making generous assumptions in our interactions with others, promoting respect, collaboration, and problem solving. By questioning our unconscious assumptions and intentionally adopting positive ones, we can unlock our potential to turn our dreams into reality and create a more satisfying life. We can develop a mindset that focuses on finding solutions instead of placing blame, while also reducing the negative impact of reactive assumptions on our social interactions. Readers will develop a stronger grasp of their assumptions by engaging with the lessons in this book. Discover how to identify and challenge limiting beliefs, embrace a mindset of generous assumptions, and harness the transformative potential of positive assumptions in your life. Prepare yourself for an enlightening adventure where we explore the power of assumption and discover how to use it to transform our lives and the world. Lesson 1. Assumptions serve as the lenses through the world. Long ago, in a busy city, there resided a young woman named Ella. Ella was a person with a natural curiosity and a tendency to reflect on things. She had a deep fascination with how people see and understand the world. She frequently contemplated how assumptions can affect one's life experiences and relationships. On a bright morning, Ella made the choice to set off on a quest to find herself. With a small bag in hand, she embarked on a journey to discover the city from a fresh viewpoint. While strolling through the streets, she took the time to carefully observe the people around her and reflect on the assumptions she made about them based on their appearances, behaviors, and interactions. Ella's initial encounter was with a smartly dressed businessman who was in a rush along the sidewalk. She thought he was someone who had achieved a lot and exuded self-assurance, but as she observed him more attentively, she couldn't help but notice the tension in his shoulders and the worry lines on his forehead. Ella came to the realization that her assumption had blinded her to the hidden struggles and pressures the man might be dealing with. While on her journey, Ella encountered a boisterous group of teenagers who were laughing and joking. She initially thought they were carefree and irresponsible. However, as she eavesdropped on their conversation, she realized that they were deeply enthusiastic about a volunteer project. Ella realized that her assumption had prevented her from fully appreciating the depth and compassion of these young people. Throughout the day, Ella met a variety of people who made her question her preconceived ideas and assumptions. She encountered a homeless man who opened up about his remarkable life story and wisdom, a reserved librarian who unveiled her hidden talents and dreams, and a cantankerous old lady who displayed unexpected kindness and generosity. As Ella continued to interact with others, she realized how assumptions greatly influenced her view of the world. She came to the realization that by hastily forming opinions without considering all the facts, she was hindering her ability to truly comprehend and connect with others. Ella realized that by setting aside her preconceived notions and approaching others with empathy and curiosity, she gained a deeper understanding of their unique perspectives and valued the diversity of their life stories. As the sun started to go down, Ella came back home with a fresh understanding and gratitude for the impact of assumptions. She vowed to always question her own assumptions and approach every person and situation with curiosity, empathy, and an open mind. After that day, Ella's life underwent a complete transformation. She discovered that when she released her preconceived ideas, she formed more meaningful connections with those in her life. She found new opportunities and experiences that she might have missed otherwise, and she felt a stronger sense of connection and purpose in her life. Ella had learned from her journey that assumptions play a significant role in how we perceive the world and influence our experiences and interactions. She came to the realization that, by questioning her assumptions, she could make her life and the lives of those around her more compassionate, understanding, and fulfilling. Ella embraced life with an open heart and mind, always seeking to understand the beauty and complexity of the world and its people. Her story served as a source of inspiration for others, reminding them of how questioning assumptions and embracing curiosity and empathy can bring about transformation. Our assumptions shape our perception and influence how we engage with the world. These beliefs and expectations have a profound impact on how we perceive and interact with the world around us. Assumptions have a way of shaping our perspective. Much like a pair of glasses can change how we see the world around us. Our assumptions are shaped by various factors, such as our upbringing, personal experiences, cultural background, and societal norms. They are deeply embedded in our minds, often working without our conscious awareness. Assumptions can have different effects on our lives, shaping our experiences in various ways. Having positive assumptions can have a significant impact on various aspects of life. It can boost confidence, strengthen relationships, and foster a more optimistic outlook. However, making negative assumptions, like assuming failure before even trying or assuming bad intentions from others, can lead to self-doubt, slow down progress, and damage relationships. In addition, the way we perceive and judge others can have a significant effect on how we interact with them and the quality of our relationships. Assuming the best in people builds a strong foundation of trust and respect, which leads to positive connections and collaboration. On the other hand, if we jump to negative conclusions about others, it can lead to misunderstandings, conflicts, and difficulties in communicating effectively. To effectively utilize assumptions, it is important to cultivate self-awareness and regularly evaluate the perspectives through which we perceive the world. By making a deliberate effort to embrace positive assumptions and question negative ones, we have the power to shape our reality and enjoy a more empowering and fulfilling life. Lesson 2. Disabling assumptions lead you in the direction of a very dismal reality. Disabling assumptions can greatly impact the course of our lives, leading us towards a discouraging and bleak reality. These assumptions can hold us back, limit our potential, and make our world seem negative. When we let these assumptions settle in our minds, they end up becoming self-fulfilling prophecies that influence our thoughts, actions, and ultimately our destinies. Disabling assumptions have a sneaky way of seeping into our minds without us even realizing it. They work behind the scenes, quietly shaping our choices. Many times, we are not fully aware of how much these assumptions influence our lives, shaping how we react to challenges, opportunities, and relationships. They exert a powerful influence over our lives, guiding us towards a future filled with restrictions and hopelessness. A common hindrance is the mistaken belief that we are inadequate and lack the necessary abilities, talents, or deservingness to pursue our aspirations. This assumption can appear in different ways, like doubting oneself, feeling like an imposter, or constantly seeking validation from others. When we embrace this belief, we tend to undermine our own efforts, avoiding opportunities that have the potential to bring about growth and success. We often hinder our own progress by creating mental obstacles that hold us back from realizing our true potential. One common assumption that can result in a negative reality is the idea that the world is a harsh and unforgiving environment. This assumption may arise from previous traumatic experiences, exposure to negative media, or a general lack of trust in others. When we look at the world from this perspective, we become extremely cautious, constantly anticipating negative outcomes from people and situations. We often isolate ourselves and build walls that prevent us from forming meaningful connections and finding support from others. This assumption may stem from experiencing repeated failures, not receiving adequate support, or feeling like we have little control over our circumstances. When we give in to learned helplessness, we end up being passive observers in our own lives, accepting the belief that regardless of our efforts, nothing will ever change. This perspective diminishes our drive, depletes our vitality, and leaves us feeling helpless when confronted with the obstacles of life. Assuming the worst about people's intentions or capabilities creates an atmosphere of distrust and negativity. Misunderstandings, conflicts, and damaged connections can arise when we unintentionally project our own insecurities onto others. When we judge others based on our preconceived notions, we miss out on the chance to form valuable and supportive connections that can bring joy to our lives. When we hold on to inflexible beliefs about ourselves, others, or the world around us, we close ourselves off to new ideas and experiences. Many times, we get trapped in our usual ways of doing things, even if they no longer benefit us. This happens because we often believe that making a change is out of reach or too challenging. Being rigid in our thinking can hinder us from seizing new opportunities, gaining insights from our errors, and growing as people. Disabling assumptions can have a cumulative effect, leading us to live in the shadows of our own limiting beliefs. We find ourselves caught in a never-ending loop of questioning ourselves, feeling afraid, and being stuck, unable to escape the limitations we've imposed on ourselves. We have yet to unlock our full potential, achieve our dreams, and find lasting happiness. Reflecting on our lives, we might feel a sense of regret, pondering what could have been if we had questioned our assumptions and had the courage to believe in ourselves and the world. Yet, we have the ability to overcome the hold of limiting assumptions. One of the initial steps involves recognizing the assumptions that may be hindering our progress. This involves taking a sincere look at ourselves, being open to challenging our beliefs, and having the bravery to face our hidden fears. When we take a closer look at our assumptions, we can start to recognize them as restrictive beliefs that lack any foundation in reality. After recognizing our disabling assumptions, we can begin actively questioning them. This requires looking for evidence that goes against our beliefs, changing our thoughts to a more positive perspective, and gradually stepping out of our comfort zones. Through persistent questioning of our assumptions, we can slowly diminish their influence and adopt more empowering and realistic beliefs. Surrounding ourselves with supportive and positive influences is crucial during this process. Connecting with mentors, friends, or therapists who can provide guidance, encouragement, and a new perspective can be incredibly valuable as we work to overcome limiting assumptions. When we surround ourselves with supportive people who encourage our growth, we create an environment that promotes personal development and positive change. By questioning the assumptions we make about others, we can contribute to creating a more compassionate and understanding world. By approaching others with an open mind, actively listening to their viewpoints, and assuming good intentions, we can create an environment that promotes empathy, teamwork, and mutual assistance. By releasing our preconceived notions about others, We open up opportunities for authentic connections and collective development. Lesson 3. Whether that's a positive or negative assumption is up to you. Assumptions have a powerful impact on our reality. It's up to us to decide whether we want to adopt positive or negative assumptions. Our assumptions shape the way we see and engage with the world, playing a powerful role in our lives. Our experiences are shaped by lenses which influence what we pay attention to and how we behave. Our assumptions greatly influence the quality of our lives, whether they are positive or negative. Assuming positively lays the foundation for a life brimming with hope, resilience, and limitless possibilities. By adopting a positive perspective, we tap into our inner reservoir of strength and potential, enabling us to see ourselves, others, and the world in a whole new light. We have the ability to shape our own reality by the power of our beliefs, influencing our experiences and outcomes. Assuming the best can have a powerful impact on our lives, drawing in favorable opportunities, relationships, and circumstances that align with our positive perspective. They give us the bravery to embrace uncertainty, the belief to chase after our aspirations, and the strength to conquer obstacles. However, having negative assumptions can lead to a life filled with limitations, fear, and self-doubt. When negative beliefs take hold, they create barriers that impede our growth and limit our potential. We find ourselves trapped in our own thoughts, stuck in a cycle of negativity and self-sabotage. Our world is often clouded by negative assumptions, which can make it difficult to see the beauty and potential that exists all around us. They deplete our energy, diminish our motivation, and make us feel helpless when confronted with life's obstacles. Every day, we are faced with the decision of whether to make positive or negative assumptions. This choice is something we make constantly, whether we realize it or not. It is a decision that necessitates being aware of oneself, having discipline, and being open to questioning the beliefs that hold us back. Our reality is shaped by the thoughts we entertain, the beliefs we hold, and the assumptions we make. By being aware of the assumptions we make, we can gain control over our lives and move towards our goals and dreams. Developing positive assumptions involves dedicating ourselves to personal development and being open to seeing our experiences in a more empowering way. It requires finding evidence that aligns with our positive beliefs, surrounding ourselves with positive influences, and actively countering negative self-talk that can hinder our progress. When we make a habit of looking for the positive aspects, the opportunities, and the potential in ourselves and others, we develop a mindset that naturally leans towards optimism and resilience. Practicing gratitude is a highly effective method for developing positive assumptions. By simply recognizing and valuing the positive aspects of our lives, we redirect our attention away from our shortcomings and towards our abundance. We start to view the world with a mindset of abundance, acknowledging the various opportunities and resources that are within our reach. Expressing gratitude can have a profound impact on our mindset, helping us recognize the positive aspects of ourselves and our surroundings. Surrounding ourselves with supportive and uplifting influences is crucial for embracing positive assumptions. The people we decide to spend time with, the content we engage with, and the surroundings we surround ourselves with all greatly influence the accuracy of our beliefs. By surrounding ourselves with inspiring people, consuming uplifting content, and cultivating nurturing environments, we can create a positive ecosystem that strengthens our optimistic beliefs. Instead, it's about adopting a mindset of resilience, resourcefulness, and growth when facing these challenges. Understanding that challenges can be valuable learning experiences, we can access our inner resilience and ingenuity to navigate difficult situations. Having positive assumptions allows us to be mentally flexible, emotionally resilient, and psychologically strong in order to adapt, persevere, and overcome challenges. In addition, the impact of positive assumptions goes beyond our personal lives and extends to our relationships with others. By adopting a mindset of goodwill and empathy, we can have a profound impact on those we encounter. When we model positive assumptions, we inspire others to follow suit, creating an environment of trust, collaboration, and support. However, it can be quite challenging to embrace positive assumptions, particularly in a world that often appears to be saturated with negativity and cynicism. We must make a deliberate choice to protect our minds from the negative thoughts and harmful influences that can infiltrate our thoughts. It requires a dedication to introspection, a readiness to challenge our own assumptions, and the bravery to release beliefs that no longer benefit us. Aligning our thoughts and actions with the reality we want to create is something we can practice every day. Embracing positive assumptions is a personal journey that is influenced by our individual experiences, challenges, and aspirations. Assumptions can vary from person to person, as what may be positive for one individual may not necessarily be true for someone else. We each have the power to determine what positivity means in our lives, recognize the beliefs that empower us, and develop a mindset that aligns with our values and goals. It's important to keep in mind that our assumptions can change and aren't set in stone as we go through life's challenges. They can be easily shaped and transformed through our experiences, choices, and openness to personal growth. By embracing different viewpoints, actively pursuing knowledge and growth, and ensuring our beliefs align with our core values, we can create a genuine, satisfying reality that reflects our true potential. As you go through the highs and lows of your own journey, keep in mind that the decision is in your hands. Are you willing to let negative assumptions hold you back and cloud your progress? Will you choose to embrace the power of positive assumptions, leading to a life filled with purpose, joy, and endless possibilities? Discover the answer that awaits within you, ready to be claimed. You have the ability to shape your reality based on your assumptions. It is a gift that you have the power to use and a responsibility that you should embrace. Make thoughtful decisions, make confident choices, and witness the incredible transformation of your world. Lesson 4. Assumptions can give you the perspective necessary for bringing your dreams to life. Assumptions have a significant impact on your life and can help you achieve your dreams and goals. When you become aware of and intentionally use these underlying beliefs and expectations, they can completely transform how you see things, inspire you to take action, and give you the drive you need to make your dreams a reality. By grasping the concept of assumptions and how they can be used to your advantage, you can access a wealth of untapped potential within yourself, opening up opportunities for a future that may have previously seemed unattainable. Every dream is built upon a foundation of assumptions and beliefs about what is possible, your own capabilities, and what lies ahead in the future. Your dreams are built upon the assumptions you make, whether they are positive or negative. They have a profound impact on your life, molding your thoughts, directing your choices, and impacting your results. When your beliefs and aspirations are in harmony, they generate a formidable energy that drives you ahead, granting you the clarity, assurance, and determination needed to conquer challenges and accomplish your objectives. Assuming positive outcomes can turn your dreams into reality. Believing in the attainability of your dreams, having confidence in your abilities and resources, and embracing the idea that the universe is on your side helps to create a mindset that encourages your goals. These assumptions serve as a clear guide, helping you navigate through uncertainty and doubt, and showing you the way to your desired destination. They offer you a perspective that instills a sense of possibility, making you believe that your dreams are not only achievable, but also bound to happen. Believing in your own potential is a truly empowering mindset to adopt. Believing in your own potential and recognizing your unique talents and abilities can unleash a powerful source of inner strength and determination. This belief in one's own value and ability becomes the driving force that motivates you, providing you with the confidence to take chances, the strength to recover from failures, and the determination to continue pursuing your aspirations even when faced with challenges. One important assumption that can change your perspective and help you achieve your dreams is the belief that there are plenty of opportunities and resources available to you. By embracing a mindset of boundless opportunities and readily available resources, you create a vast realm of potential. This perspective of abundance redirects your attention away from scarcity and constraints towards growth and progress. It enables you to identify opportunities in situations where others perceive obstacles and to devise innovative solutions to the challenges that arise. Furthermore, it is important to consider the impact of collective assumptions, in addition to those made by people. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people who share your positive assumptions, believe in your dreams, and support your aspirations can create a strong network of encouragement and accountability. This shared understanding fosters an environment of potential, a collective of visionaries and achievers who motivate and support one another, offering the insight, tools, and drive needed to turn your aspirations into reality. It's worth noting that assumptions vary in their significance. Assumptions that have a negative impact can be just as influential as positive ones, but in a harmful manner. They can hinder your potential, erode your confidence, and impede your progress. These assumptions, which are often influenced by fear, self-doubt, and past experiences, can lead to a perspective of impossibility. They may make you believe that your dreams are unattainable and that you are destined to fail. Identifying and challenging negative assumptions is crucial, as it allows you to replace them with empowering beliefs that align with your dreams and support your growth. Shifting your assumptions and adopting a perspective that empowers your dreams requires a commitment to personal growth and self-awareness. It requires examining your current beliefs, questioning their validity, and actively searching for evidence that supports a more positive and expansive worldview. This process can be made more accessible by pushing yourself to try new things, seeking out supportive people and resources that encourage you to think beyond your current limitations, and embracing opportunities to expand your horizons. As you start your journey towards turning your dreams into reality, it's important to foster a mindset of curiosity, openness, and a willingness to learn. Assumptions, although powerful, are not fixed or absolute. These ideas can be easily adjusted and modified as new information, experiences, and insights arise. By embracing different perspectives, seeking out diverse viewpoints, and constantly expanding your knowledge and understanding, you create an environment where your assumptions can develop and align with your goals and aspirations. You have the incredible ability to turn your dreams into reality, just waiting to be set free. It's the beliefs you hold about yourself, others, and the world that fuel this power. By understanding and utilizing this power, by aligning your beliefs with your true desires, and by consistently taking action towards your goals, you have the ability to shape your own reality and create your own destiny. Dare to dream big, embrace a positive mindset, and witness your wildest dreams come true. Lesson 5. Making reactive negative assumptions is social pollution. Assuming the worst about others without any evidence can harm our relationships, communities, and society. These assumptions, which can stem from fear, prejudice, or past negative experiences, can have a detrimental effect on our interactions. They can erode trust and hinder our ability to form meaningful social connections. Engaging in assumptive behavior has negative consequences for both ourselves and those around us. It creates a cycle of negativity that harms our well-being and disrupts the harmony of our social ecosystems. Reactive negative assumptions refer to the quick judgments we make about others without having all the facts. Often based on limited information, superficial characteristics, or our own biases. These are the quick judgments we often make about someone's intentions, capabilities, or character, without fully considering their perspective, context, or unique circumstances. Many assumptions are influenced by stereotypes, past experiences, or personal insecurities. This can cause us to project our own fears and limitations onto others. When we let these assumptions dictate our interactions, it distorts our perspective and leads to confusion. The consequences of making negative assumptions without evidence can have a significant and widespread impact on our society. They build intangible barriers that separate people and groups, constructing walls of suspicion and separation that hinder authentic connection and cooperation. When we jump to negative conclusions about others, we prevent ourselves from truly understanding, empathizing, and growing together. We miss out on the chance to gain insights from different viewpoints, to discover shared values, and to foster mutual understanding and collaboration. Instead, we find ourselves caught in a never-ending loop of defensiveness, blame, and conflict, which only serves to prolong the problems we are trying to resolve. Reactive negative assumptions don't just affect our personal relationships, but also have a broader impact on society. If these assumptions are not addressed, they can contribute to the continuation of harmful stereotypes, discrimination, and systemic inequalities. These behaviors can contribute to prejudice, racism, sexism, and other forms of bigotry, which can create a negative social atmosphere that goes against the principles of inclusivity, equality, and social justice. When we jump to conclusions about people without knowing the full story, we end up hurting those who are already marginalized and preventing our society from becoming fairer and more equal. In order to address the issue of social pollution caused by reactive negative assumptions, it is important for us to recognize and acknowledge our own biases and the assumptions we tend to make about other people. This involves being open to self-reflection, questioning our beliefs and reactions, and actively seeking evidence that challenges our preconceived notions. Through developing self-awareness and a dedication to personal growth, we can start recognizing and breaking down the negative assumptions that affect our interactions and hinder our ability to genuinely connect with others. One way to minimize the effects of reactive negative assumptions is by fostering a mindset of curiosity and openness. When we engage with others in a sincere effort to grasp their point of view, gain insights from their experiences, and establish shared understanding, we foster an environment for open conversation and mutual comprehension. When we set aside our judgments and assumptions, even for a moment, we allow ourselves to view the world from someone else's perspective. This helps us recognize the unique qualities and complexities of each person. Practicing empathy and perspective taking is crucial for breaking down assumptions and fostering trust and connection. Furthermore, to tackle the issue of social pollution caused by reactive negative assumptions, it is crucial for us to come together and foster a culture that values empathy, respect, and understanding. This requires addressing the systemic biases and inequalities that contribute to negative assumptions and striving for a fair and inclusive society. It involves supporting policies and practices that encourage diversity, equity, and inclusion, and taking responsibility for creating a social environment that appreciates and recognizes the unique contributions of each person. It requires continuous self-reflection, learning, and growth. Mistakes are bound to happen, along with falling back into old patterns and facing resistance and setbacks. By staying dedicated to the process of unlearning our biases and forming genuine connections with others, we can slowly turn the negative assumptions that pollute our society into a catalyst for positive transformation. As we go through our daily interactions with others, it's important to be aware of the assumptions we make. Approach each encounter with empathy. Listen attentively and strive to understand. We should acknowledge that each person is a distinct and intricate individual, influenced by their own life encounters, challenges, and dreams, and worthy of our admiration and empathy. By taking these steps, we can start to eliminate the negative effects of assumptions and foster a world where genuine connections, shared understanding, and overall well-being are commonplace. The path to a more empathetic and inclusive society is challenging, yet essential. We all need to be accountable for the assumptions we make, the biases we hold, and the influence we have on others. It requires us to actively reflect on ourselves, learn, and grow, while also providing support and encouragement to each other along the way. By dedicating ourselves to this journey, by striving to eliminate negative assumptions, and by fostering empathy and understanding, we can build a world where everyone is valued, respected, and empowered to reach their full potential. And that is a world worth working towards, one assumption at a time. Lesson 6. Positive assumption means assuming the best about a person. Assuming the best about others can have a profound impact on our relationships, interactions, and the world around us. It is a mindset that can bring about transformation and foster compassion and connection. When we interact with others, it's important to have a positive perspective of their abilities and worthiness. This helps build trust, understanding, and allows for mutual growth. The change in perspective has wide-ranging implications for our personal lives, communities, and society as a whole. It involves shifting from skepticism and judgment to empathy and optimism. Positive assumption is based on acknowledging our common humanity. We all have a deep longing for love, acceptance, and connection despite our differences, experiences, and struggles. When we make the choice to view others in a positive light, we establish a connection that enables us to truly understand and connect with each other. When we approach every person we meet with the belief that they have value, potential, and goodness, it allows us to form meaningful connections and grow together. Positive assumption has the potential to greatly impact our personal relationships, bringing about significant transformations. Creating a safe and supportive environment for authentic communication and emotional intimacy is important when we interact with our loved ones, friends, and colleagues. It involves approaching them with the belief that they are doing their best, that their intentions are good, and that they are worthy of our trust and respect. When we choose to give others the benefit of the doubt, even during times of conflict or misunderstanding, we open up opportunities for meaningful conversations, understanding, and finding solutions. We can navigate the challenges of relationships with grace, resilience, and a commitment to mutual understanding, thanks to this foundation of positive assumption. Having a positive mindset in the workplace can greatly enhance collaboration, innovation, and overall success. Assuming that our colleagues are capable, committed, and focused on the team's success helps foster an environment of trust, respect, and support. When we choose to trust others, even during challenging times or conflicts, we create a space where people can freely exchange ideas, grow from their mistakes, and feel appreciated and empowered to give their best effort. Teams can effectively navigate the challenges of the modern workplace by embracing a foundation of positive assumption. This approach fosters resilience, adaptability, and a shared commitment to excellence. Positive assumption has the potential to dismantle the barriers of prejudice, discrimination, and division that exist in our communities. By choosing to see the best in others, regardless of their race, gender, religion, or background, we can challenge the stereotypes and biases that fuel hatred and intolerance. When we approach each person we meet as a unique individual with their own experiences and aspirations, we open up the opportunity for understanding, empathy, and solidarity. Shifting our perspective from fear and judgment to curiosity and compassion is crucial for creating a fair, equal, and inclusive world. It's important to understand that positive assumption is not a naive or blindly optimistic approach to interpersonal relationships. Understanding the importance of red flags, addressing harmful behavior, and holding others accountable is crucial. Instead, it's a deliberate decision to interact with others in a compassionate and unbiased manner, to assume the best of them, and to strive for comprehension before making any judgments. It's important to understand that not everyone will meet our positive expectations, but it's still valuable to cultivate a mindset of discernment and transformation. Developing a positive mindset involves dedicating oneself to introspection, compassion, and personal development. It involves reflecting on our own biases and judgments, and making a conscious effort to adopt a more compassionate and understanding viewpoint. It requires honing the ability to actively listen and empathize with others, even when their experiences and perspectives differ from our own. Being open and honest, acknowledging our mistakes, and offering apologies when we've unintentionally hurt others are important aspects of personal growth and fostering healthy relationships. Through consistent effort in personal growth and self-awareness, we can reshape our thought patterns to naturally lean towards positive assumptions, fostering a greater sense of empathy and connection with others. As we go through the ups and downs of human relationships, it's bound to happen that we come across situations that challenge or prove our positive assumptions wrong. It's crucial to keep in mind that having a positive assumption isn't about being correct or incorrect, but rather about adopting a mindset that promotes personal development, learning, and building relationships. When our assumptions are questioned, it's a chance to think about our own biases, gain understanding, and adjust our perspective. This is an opportunity to practice forgiveness for ourselves and others, and to reaffirm our commitment to creating a more compassionate and connected world. Starting on the path towards a kinder and more united world starts with each individual. It involves making the simple and easy to understand decision to give others the benefit of the doubt and to approach our interactions with empathy, curiosity, and an open heart. It's a process that demands patience, determination, and a desire to learn and develop, both as people and as a society. However, embarking on this journey is worthwhile, as we gradually make positive assumptions and strive to create a world where everyone can unleash their full potential. In this world, our shared humanity forms the foundation for a more compassionate and interconnected way of life. Lesson 7. Assuming the good of those you're working alongside is an important aspect of showing respect. Showing respect and creating a positive work environment involves assuming the best intentions of your colleagues. By assuming that our colleagues are capable, committed, and have good intentions, we create an environment of trust, teamwork, and assistance. This change in mindset, from being skeptical and judgmental to being empathetic and understanding, has significant implications for the success of our teams, organizations, and personal growth and fulfillment. At its essence, assuming the good of others is a recognition of their inherent worth and potential. We recognize that every individual we collaborate with brings their own distinct abilities, backgrounds, and viewpoints, which we see as a valuable resource rather than a challenge. When we make an effort to appreciate the strengths of our colleagues, we foster an environment where everyone feels valued, listened to, and encouraged to give their utmost effort. Establishing a strong foundation of mutual respect and appreciation is crucial for creating an environment where teams can confidently take risks, come up with innovative solutions, and succeed in tackling complex challenges. Practically speaking, it's important to give our colleagues the benefit of the doubt, even when things get tense or we don't see eye to eye. It involves dedicating time to actively listen, striving to understand before making judgments, and approaching conflicts with a mindset of curiosity and empathy. It's about understanding that everyone makes mistakes, and that these mistakes can be valuable learning experiences rather than something to be blamed or punished for. When we offer grace and understanding to others, we foster an environment where vulnerability, authenticity, and trust can thrive. Certainly, assuming the best in others does not imply turning a blind eye to problematic behavior or making excuses for subpar performance. Approaching challenges with compassion, respect, and a commitment to finding solutions is not about blind optimism that ignores real issues or challenges. It is a conscious choice to address these challenges in a thoughtful and considerate manner. Assuming the best in others builds trust and fosters open communication, which leads to valuable feedback and accountability. We can engage in challenging discussions with bravery and compassion, recognizing that our mutual objective is to foster each other's development and achievements. In addition, recognizing the positive intentions of others is not only beneficial, but essential for successful leadership and team collaboration. When leaders demonstrate a mindset of respect and empathy, they establish the tone for the entire organization, fostering a culture where everyone feels valued, supported, and empowered to perform their best. They create an environment where team members feel safe to take risks, voice their opinions, and question the norm, knowing that their ideas will be valued and respected. This type of leadership is crucial for unleashing the complete potential of people and teams. It is based on the belief in goodwill and respect. In today's fast-paced, high-pressure work environments, it's common to fall into patterns of negativity, cynicism, and distrust. Dealing with deadlines, conflicting priorities, and interpersonal conflicts can be quite challenging and can have negative effects on our well-being, motivation, and team spirit. When we encounter challenges, it can be helpful to assume the best intentions of others. This mindset can help us build resilience, strengthen our connections, and find purpose and meaning in our work. By treating our colleagues with kindness and consideration, we fulfill their innate desire for a sense of belonging and connection. We foster an environment of psychological safety where people can freely express their true selves and contribute their utmost to the tasks at hand. We foster strong, reliable connections that help us navigate through challenges and embrace the rewards of collaborating towards common objectives. Furthermore, recognizing the positive intentions of others not only benefits our colleagues, but also has advantages for ourselves. By adopting a positive mindset, we can train ourselves to focus on the positive aspects of others and the world. This allows us to approach challenges with optimism and a belief in the potential for success. We foster an attitude of gratitude and appreciation, acknowledging the gifts and contributions of those around us, and finding happiness and significance in the simple, everyday moments of connection and teamwork. This change in viewpoint can greatly affect our personal well-being, resilience, and capacity to flourish when confronted with challenges. Certainly, developing a mindset of assuming the best intentions of others can be challenging and necessitates continuous effort and introspection. It involves analyzing our own biases and assumptions and actively striving to adopt a more compassionate and understanding viewpoint. It involves honing the ability to actively listen and empathize with others, even when their experiences and perspectives differ from our own. Being open and honest, acknowledging our mistakes, and offering apologies when we've unintentionally hurt others are essential qualities. However, the benefits of this practice make it worthwhile. Assuming the best in others has a powerful impact, spreading positivity and respect far beyond our own circle. We foster a culture of empathy, collaboration, and mutual support, where everyone feels valued and empowered to fully contribute to the work at hand. We foster strong, meaningful connections that enable us to accomplish more collectively than we could on our own, and to derive happiness and purpose from our collaborative efforts toward shared objectives. In order to create a workplace culture that is inclusive, supportive, and able to adapt to the challenges of a rapidly changing world, it is important to assume the good of those we work with. Recognizing the unique contributions of each individual and embracing diverse perspectives and experiences allows us to accomplish more than we ever imagined. Our commitment is to create a future of work that values empathy, respect, and recognizes the worth and potential of every individual. As we navigate the intricacies of the modern workplace, it's important to remember the importance of assuming the best intentions of others. When interacting with our colleagues, it's important to be generous, respectful, and understanding. Let's focus on building connections instead of barriers and finding shared perspectives despite our differences. We should foster a mindset that values curiosity, empathy, and appreciation, acknowledging the talents and contributions of others, and finding fulfillment and purpose in collaborating towards common objectives. By adopting the mindset of assuming the best in others, we can foster a workplace culture that brings out the best in everyone and enables us to achieve more than we ever imagined. Our culture values the worth and potential of each person and acknowledges that our success is connected to the success of others. It is a culture that can have a transformative impact on our organizations, communities, and the world through each individual interaction. Lesson 8. Embrace a mindset of generous assumptions to lead well. Adopting a mindset of generous assumptions can completely change the way you lead, resulting in stronger teams, increased inspiration, and a culture of trust, respect, and collaboration. Leaders who adopt a generous and positive approach towards their team members unleash their full potential, creating an environment that nurtures creativity, innovation, and excellence. The shift in perspective from a skeptical and controlling mindset to one of empowerment and support is crucial for effective leadership in today's complex and fast-paced world. A mindset of generous assumptions is based on the belief that every individual possesses inherent value, potential, and a willingness to make their best contributions to the organization. Every team member has their own set of skills, experiences, and perspectives that they bring to the table. These differences are not a liability, but rather an asset to be celebrated and utilized. Leaders who approach their people with a spirit of appreciation and respect create a foundation of psychological safety. This allows everyone to be their true selves and bring their best to the work. Assuming the best in others also means having faith in their abilities and motivations. It involves trusting team members, even when things are unclear or challenging, and having faith in their efforts to support the organization's success. This trust is based on a thoughtful decision to emphasize the positive qualities and intentions of others, rather than dwelling on their flaws or errors. Leaders foster a culture of accountability and ownership by extending trust and support. This empowers everyone to take initiative, solve problems, and drive results. Leaders who demonstrate empathy and understanding foster an environment that encourages vulnerability, authenticity, and connection among their people. They create an environment that promotes a strong sense of belonging and purpose, ensuring that everyone feels valued and supported even when faced with challenges and adversity. This type of leadership is crucial for creating resilient and adaptable teams that can thrive in times of change and uncertainty. It is based on the belief in goodwill and respect. Practically speaking, adopting a mindset of generous assumptions involves approaching situations with curiosity, empathy, and a genuine desire to understand the perspectives and experiences of others. It involves dedicating time to actively listen, inquire, and value the perspectives and thoughts of others. It involves handling conflicts and disagreements by working together to find solutions, rather than pointing fingers or getting defensive. It involves acknowledging and appreciating the contributions and achievements of others, even if they are different from our own. Certainly, adopting a mindset of generous assumptions can be challenging at times, necessitating continuous effort and introspection. It involves taking a close look at our own biases and assumptions, and making a conscious effort to replace them with a more compassionate and understanding point of view. It involves developing the ability to actively listen and empathize with others, even when their experiences and perspectives differ from our own. It's important to be open and honest, acknowledging our mistakes and offering apologies when our assumptions have caused harm. However, the benefits of this practice are definitely worth the time and energy. Leaders who adopt a mindset of generous assumptions have a profound impact on their team and beyond. Fostering positivity and respect, they foster an environment of empathy, collaboration, and mutual support, where everyone is valued and encouraged to fully engage in their work. They foster strong, trusting relationships that enable teams to accomplish more collectively than they could individually, while also finding fulfillment and purpose in working towards shared objectives. In addition, adopting a mindset of generous assumptions not only benefits individual teams, but also the entire organization. When leaders demonstrate this approach, they establish the atmosphere for the entire company, fostering a culture of respect, empowerment, and innovation. They create an environment where everyone is united in their goals and values, working together towards a shared vision of success. They create organizations that are agile and adaptable, allowing them to quickly respond to market changes, customer needs, and new opportunities. In today's dynamic and rapidly evolving business landscape, having a mindset of generous assumptions is crucial for effective leadership. In today's ever-changing business landscape, organizations require leaders who can effectively guide their teams through complex and uncertain times. These leaders must possess the ability to inspire and empower their teams, fostering courage, creativity, and resilience. They require leaders who can foster environments of trust, respect, and collaboration, where people feel appreciated and encouraged to contribute their utmost to the task at hand. Adopting a mindset of generous assumptions is essential for effective leadership in the 21st century. Understanding the importance of employee engagement, creativity, and potential is crucial for the success of any organization. It represents a dedication to creating a future of work that is accessible, forward-thinking, and equipped to handle the demands and possibilities of a constantly evolving world. As we embrace leadership positions, it's important to recognize the positive impact of making generous assumptions. When interacting with our teams, it's important to approach them with empathy, respect, and appreciation. We should strive to understand and support their growth and development. We should foster a mindset of curiosity, collaboration, and shared purpose, recognizing that this creates an environment where everyone can thrive and succeed. By embracing the practice of generous assumptions, we can tap into the limitless potential of our people, organizations, and ourselves. It is a practice that demands bravery, openness, and a strong dedication to the development and happiness of others. However, it is a practice that can have a profound impact on our work, leadership, and lifestyle. It's important to remember that when we adopt a mindset of generous assumptions, we not only become effective leaders, but we also experience a fulfilling life. Our goal is to foster an inclusive environment where people can confidently contribute their unique perspectives and abilities. We find great joy and fulfillment when we collaborate towards a common vision of success, making generous assumptions along the way. Lesson 9. Generous assumptions mean giving people the benefit of the doubt. Assuming the best in people can have a profound impact on our relationships, fostering trust, collaboration, and a more compassionate world. By adopting a mindset of kindness and empathy, even when we encounter uncertainty or disagreement, we create opportunities for stronger relationships, personal development, and collective achievements. The key to building strong and resilient relationships lies in shifting our mindset from skepticism and judgment to empathy and grace. This change in perspective allows us to navigate life's challenges and come out even stronger. Fundamentally, giving people the benefit of the doubt is an expression of trust in the innate goodness and potential of others. Every person we come across is a complex individual with their own set of experiences, perspectives, and motivations. By adopting a mindset of curiosity and respect, we foster an environment where authenticity, vulnerability, and trust can thrive. We convey to others that we acknowledge and appreciate their complete humanity, encompassing their strengths, weaknesses, and potential, rather than solely focusing on their actions or words. It is important to be open-minded and compassionate when making generous assumptions about others, setting aside our own judgments and biases. It involves refraining from hastily forming opinions or making quick judgments based on limited information or past experiences. Instead, we opt to extend the benefit of the doubt to others, assuming that they have good intentions and are motivated by a desire to do what is right and fair. This practice fosters an environment of psychological safety where people can freely express their true selves without worrying about being judged, excluded, or blamed. Practicing the act of giving people the benefit of the doubt involves approaching others with empathy, compassion, and understanding. It involves dedicating time to actively listen, inquire, and consider the viewpoints and experiences of others. It means having patience and a forgiving attitude, understanding that everyone is prone to making mistakes and that there is always room for grace and redemption. It involves practicing kindness and generosity towards others, even in challenging or uncomfortable situations. Certainly, it is important to acknowledge that giving people the benefit of the doubt does not imply overlooking problematic behavior or justifying harm. It does not mean supporting everything or every choice, but rather pledging to treat others with kindness and empathy, even when we don't see eye to eye or feel let down. It is important for us to confront harmful or unacceptable behavior head-on, with empathy and a focus on finding a fair and restorative solution. In addition, it is important to give people the benefit of the doubt as it plays a crucial role in effective communication, collaboration, and problem solving. By adopting a mindset of generosity and respect, we can establish a solid basis of trust that enables open and honest conversations, as well as valuable feedback. We create an environment where people feel safe to take risks, think creatively, and question the norm, with the assurance that their ideas will be welcomed and valued. This type of collaboration is crucial for addressing intricate challenges and accomplishing common objectives. It is based on the belief in goodwill and mutual respect. Given the current state of our fast-paced and hyper-connected world, it is crucial to prioritize the practice of giving people the benefit of doubt. In our ever-changing world, we frequently come across people who have diverse backgrounds, beliefs, and perspectives from our own. Building bridges of understanding and collaboration across differences requires the ability to approach others with empathy, curiosity, and respect. It forms the basis of a fair, equal, and caring world, where everyone is appreciated, listened to, and encouraged to share their special abilities and talents. In addition, extending trust to others not only benefits them, but also benefits us. Choosing to approach others with generosity and grace can have a transformative impact on our lives and relationships. It fosters a mindset of abundance, gratitude, and positivity. We cultivate a mindset that seeks out the positive aspects in people and our surroundings, even when faced with difficulties and obstacles. We focus on developing the skills necessary to succeed in a fast-paced and ever-evolving world. Certainly, developing the habit of assuming the best in others can be challenging at times, and it necessitates continuous introspection, modesty, and bravery. It involves analyzing our own biases and assumptions, and actively striving to replace them with a more generous and compassionate viewpoint. It involves being open to apologizing when we have unfairly judged others, and taking responsibility for our actions when they have caused harm. It also involves surrounding ourselves with people and communities that provide support and encouragement, while also holding us accountable to our core values and aspirations. However, the benefits of this practice are invaluable. By extending the benefit of the doubt to others, we can create a positive and kind impact that reaches far beyond our own circles. We foster a culture of empathy, compassion, and mutual understanding, where everyone feels acknowledged, appreciated, and encouraged. We cultivate genuine connections that bring significance and support to our lives, carrying us through both moments of happiness and hardship. As we go through life's ups and downs, it's important to keep in mind the positive impact of giving others the benefit of the doubt. It's important to approach others with empathy, curiosity, and respect, so that we can truly understand and appreciate their humanity. It's important to show understanding and forgiveness, even when we're let down or have different opinions. We're all constantly evolving and learning, so let's support each other. By practicing the act of giving others the benefit of the doubt, we can create the relationships, communities, and world that we all desire. In this world, love conquers fear, compassion conquers judgment, and the value and dignity of every individual are cherished and respected. Lesson 10. Positive assumptions drives people to solve problems rather than to blame others. Assuming positively can have a powerful impact by shifting the focus from blame to problem solving. This approach can be transformative when facing challenges and setbacks, whether in personal or professional situations. When people and teams have a clear and positive mindset, they are motivated to find solutions, work together well, and take ownership of their actions, instead of blaming others and making negative judgments. This shift in mindset has wide-ranging implications for productivity, innovation, and overall success, as it promotes a culture of resilience, adaptability, and continuous improvement. Positive assumptions are rooted in a strong belief in the inherent goodness and potential of others. Assuming that people have good intentions, are capable, and are committed to doing their best, creates a safe environment for open communication, taking risks, and finding creative solutions. This approach is completely different from the negative assumptions that can cause a culture of blame, mistrust, and defensiveness. By adopting a positive mindset, we can change the way we approach situations. Instead of focusing on finding faults and criticizing, we can promote empowerment, collaboration, and shared responsibility. Practicing positive assumptions involves tackling challenges and setbacks with a mindset focused on finding solutions. Instead of wasting time and energy on blaming or dwelling on mistakes, people and teams are encouraged to focus on identifying the root causes of problems, brainstorming solutions, and taking action to address the issues. This approach promotes efficient problem solving and encourages team members to take initiative and contribute their skills and perspectives to the resolution process. When people feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, being adventurous, and embracing mistakes as learning opportunities, they are more inclined to explore new possibilities and create innovative solutions to intricate challenges. Embracing a culture of experimentation and iterative learning is crucial for thriving in today's fast-paced business world. The ability to adapt, evolve, and innovate is a fundamental factor in achieving long-term success. Organizations can unlock the full potential of their human capital by adopting positive assumptions. This allows them to leverage the collective intelligence and creativity of their teams, leading to breakthroughs and staying ahead of the curve. Positive assumptions have a far-reaching impact affecting problem-solving, innovation, interpersonal dynamics, and team performance. When people have a positive outlook on others, they tend to approach conflicts and disagreements with empathy, curiosity, and respect. This mindset encourages a shift in focus towards understanding different perspectives, finding common ground, and working together towards mutually beneficial solutions, rather than winning arguments or proving others wrong. Building trust, strengthening relationships, and fostering effective collaboration and teamwork are all benefits of positive assumptions. This is achieved by promoting open, honest, and constructive communication, which creates a sense of psychological safety. When confronted with setbacks, challenges, or failures, people and teams who have a positive mindset tend to see these experiences as chances to grow, learn, and get better. Instead of blaming themselves or others, they are motivated to take ownership of their actions, learn from their mistakes, and create plans to avoid similar problems in the future. This growth mindset, driven by optimistic beliefs, empowers people and organizations to overcome obstacles and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable, and better prepared to face future challenges. Positive assumptions have a far-reaching impact, not just in the workplace, but also in our personal and social lives. Choosing to assume the best in others creates a ripple effect of positivity and goodwill that impacts everyone around us. We strive to foster compassion, understanding, and forgiveness in our interactions, aiming to create connections instead of barriers, and to discover shared values despite our differences. This approach has the potential to improve our relationships and social connections, leading to a more inclusive, empathetic, and harmonious society. It's important to note that embracing positive assumptions doesn't mean turning a blind eye to problematic behavior or poor performance. Instead, it's about approaching these situations with empathy, encouragement, and a dedication to finding solutions that benefit everyone. It's important to directly and constructively address issues when people or teams consistently fail to meet expectations or engage in harmful actions. However, it's also crucial to maintain a foundation of positive assumptions. This approach requires engaging in challenging discussions, offering sincere feedback, and collaborating to pinpoint the underlying issues and create a strategy for enhancement. Leaders and managers have a vital role in setting an example and fostering an environment that promotes and encourages a positive mindset. This requires actively questioning negative assumptions and behaviors that shift blame, acknowledging achievements and opportunities for growth, and offering the necessary resources and support for people and teams to succeed. Leaders can shape the culture of their organizations and inspire their teams to embrace a transformative approach to problem solving and collaboration by consistently reinforcing positive assumptions through their words and actions. In today's world, understanding the importance of positive assumptions is more important than ever. In today's rapidly changing landscape, organizations are encountering new and complex challenges. This has made it more important than ever for teams to be resilient, adaptable, and focused on finding solutions. By adopting positive assumptions as a core principle, people and organizations can tap into the full potential of their human resources. This fosters a culture of collaboration, innovation, and continuous improvement, leading to long-term success and sustainability. As we work towards tackling the urgent global issues of our time, such as climate change, social inequality, public health crises, and economic instability, embracing positive assumptions can provide a source of hope and guide us towards a better future. By approaching these challenging issues with empathy, understanding, and a commitment to finding shared solutions, we can tap into the collective wisdom and creativity of diverse stakeholders to bring about meaningful, lasting change. As we navigate the intricacies and difficulties of our rapidly changing world, it's important to keep in mind the profound impact of positive assumptions. Let's make the choice to believe in the best in others, tackle challenges with a solution-focused mindset, and collaborate towards a brighter, more inclusive, and sustainable future for everyone. By adopting this new way of thinking, we can unlock our full potential and create a world that values understanding over blame, collaboration over division, and sees setbacks as opportunities for growth and transformation. Lesson 11. The hardest assumption to challenge is the one you don't even know you are making. Unbeknownst to us, these unnoticed assumptions have a profound impact on our perception of reality. They play a crucial role in shaping our mental models, influencing how we respond to the people, situations, and challenges we face. Our assumptions, whether positive or negative, greatly affect our lives. They shape our self-image, relationships, career decisions, and overall well-being. When left unquestioned and unchallenged, these beliefs can hinder our growth, reinforce prejudices, and keep us stuck in unproductive patterns of thinking and behaving. Hidden assumptions often develop in our self-perception, which can be a common occurrence. Since childhood, we internalize messages from our family, peers, and society that shape our self-perception, abilities, and entitlement. These messages, which are often influenced by factors such as gender, race, socioeconomic status, or other social identities, have the potential to create beliefs that restrict our self-perception and influence our outlook on the future. Take the case of a young girl who is constantly told that math and science are only for boys. This kind of messaging can make her believe that she lacks the inherent ability to excel in these subjects. As a result, she may shy away from pursuing her interests or achieving her full potential in STEM fields. In the same way, our perceptions of others can be influenced by hidden assumptions, resulting in prejudice, discrimination, and missed chances for connection and collaboration. When we unintentionally make assumptions about certain groups of people based on their race, ethnicity, religion, or other characteristics, we build mental barriers that stop us from recognizing them as people with their own unique experiences, strengths, and perspectives. These assumptions can appear in subtle ways, like assuming that a person with a disability is less capable or that someone from a different cultural background is less intelligent or hardworking. When we don't address these hidden biases, it hinders our efforts to create diverse, inclusive, and fair communities and organizations. Hidden assumptions in the workplace can greatly affect decision-making, problem-solving, and innovation. Teams often miss out on valuable opportunities for growth and improvement when they operate from unexamined assumptions about what is possible, desirable, or feasible. Take this scenario. A company believes its target market is mainly concerned with affordable prices. However, this narrow focus causes them to neglect product quality and customer service. As a result, their brand loyalty and market share suffer. By questioning these assumptions and considering different viewpoints, organizations can discover fresh insights, recognize areas of oversight, and create more efficient strategies for success. Uncovering and challenging hidden assumptions is a process that requires ongoing commitment to self-reflection, curiosity, and continuous learning. Understanding ourselves requires being mindful of our thought patterns, emotions, and behaviors, and being open to questioning the beliefs and mental models that shape them. This process may cause discomfort and occasional pain as it involves facing aspects of ourselves and our worldviews that we might prefer to avoid or overlook. Engaging in this work allows us to experience personal and collective growth, healing, and transformation. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for uncovering hidden assumptions. Through developing a mindful awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations, we can start to notice the assumptions and beliefs that influence our experience without becoming entangled in them. This practice enables us to establish a gap between our thoughts and actions, providing us with the chance to respond instead of react, and to select beliefs and behaviors that are in line with our values and goals. Regular mindfulness practice helps us develop a stronger sense of self-awareness, empathy, and critical thinking, which are crucial for questioning hidden assumptions. Furthermore, fostering a collective dedication to building more inclusive, equitable, and just systems and structures is essential in addition to individual efforts. This requires an analysis of how our institutions, policies, and practices might be reinforcing harmful assumptions and biases, and making changes to ensure that everyone can fully participate and thrive. This work necessitates a readiness to participate in challenging discussions, to question the existing state of affairs, and to actively work towards building a fairer and more empathetic world. In today's life, it is important to be able to uncover and question our hidden assumptions. In today's complex world, characterized by growing divisions, disparities, and environmental challenges, it is crucial for people and communities to challenge existing beliefs and mental frameworks. By envisioning fresh opportunities, we can strive for a future that is fair, sustainable, and prosperous. This work demands bravery, empathy, and a strong dedication to individual and communal development. Yet the benefits are incalculable. Final lesson: assumption power. We have discussed the significance of adopting a mindset of respect, empathy, and collaboration in both our personal and professional lives. We found that adopting a positive mindset can help us become proactive problem solvers instead of pointing fingers. By embracing this approach, we can make a positive impact on our relationships, organizations, and communities. One of the most important things we've done is tackle the task of uncovering the assumptions that influence our lives without us even realizing it. We've learned that the most difficult assumption to challenge is the one we're not aware of. Through cultivating self-reflection, curiosity, and a commitment to lifelong learning, we embark on a journey of uncovering and updating our assumptions to align with our core values and aspirations. The journey of assumption power is a challenging one, but it offers incredible rewards, a life filled with clarity, creativity, and connection, and a world that is fair, compassionate, and full of potential. Let's embark on this journey together, with bravery and empathy, recognizing that when we question assumptions, revise beliefs, and act with greater awareness and understanding, we have a positive impact on the world, shaping a future full of limitless possibilities and optimism.